The moment our UK-based sailing boat was struck.
Like, so I'm in an enclosed space here. Doesn't smell. You know, I haven't got a mask or respirator on, and whoa!
Ready for a walk? Yeah? Go and stretch your legs. Alright, let's do it. Ready? Good boy. Good boy.
Time is moving fast. I am moving slow. All the days that passed had nowhere to go. I watched them slip away as far as I can see. I let them roll astray. It did not bother me. The sun is shining through every window pane. It's bathing you in light, so why should I complain? If there should ever be a storm or a pouring rain, we'll look out through the window pane where the sun will shine again.
That's alright, I've got that right here.
Time is moving still.
So we've just got back from a walk and Hank went for a swim in the sea, which means he needs a shower to get rid of all the salt. He don't like it. He won't be when you plug that hose in. Oh look. Lay down. Good boy. Stay there.
Hank. Remember that skanky water you got in? Yeah, it was all fun and games at the time, wasn't it? Now we've got to clean you up, mate. You know the rules. You know the rules. You go in the skanky water, you have a shower. So no. You can't do it yourself. No, you can't do it yourself. Thank you.
Oh.
You're now clean enough to get back on board. Now breakfast is done, mate. We've got a lot to get done today. The chore list is big, so on three. 1, 2, 3. Team Cadoha. Yeah. So today is another boat chore day, and it's one of those chores that I've been really not looking forward to. The aft head has once again decided to pack up, and although Carly fixed it by servicing the pump a few months ago, it's given up the ghost again. And I think it's going to take a little bit more than just fixing the pump. And well, let's just say this is one of those jobs that I've been putting off and putting off and putting off. Well, that's because when it comes to doing anything too hard, well, let's just say you're a little bit work shy. It's not true at all. I do lots of things, such as, well, I do a hell of a lot of sanding and varnishing. I do all the editing for these videos. And yes, the videos. Yeah, that's some serious hard graft you got going on there. Whereas when it comes to rolling your sleeves up and getting stuck into the not so glamorous jobs, it always seems to be Carly who's changing the poo pumps or finding herself up the top of the mast. Okay, well, for a start, Carly likes going over. Okay, sure, and that's got nothing to do with your debilitating fear of heights, right? No, it's got nothing to do with the fear of heights. Anyway, why are you here? Can't you be bothering someone else? I'm just doing the video, ready for the... Yeah. Anyway, I wasn't actually going to film any of this, but you don't need to go back too far in our video archives to see that we've got an episode of the toilet being fixed, sorry, the head being fixed, and Carly doing a fine job of fixing the pump that was knackered. Anyway, so I wasn't going to film this because we've been having more head issues, and the toilet, it all sort of jammed up, and the pump, the joker valve on the pump split, and so long story short, I had done the same job as Carly did last time, bought the service kit, serviced the pump, got the pump working again, put it back in, couldn't move anything around the toilet. I started looking for trouble spots, and it's resulted in me actually ripping the whole toilet out and taking the whole system out. I thought, well, this is the pipe I was just in the process of trying to take out. I thought rather than rip it all out in one foul swoop, I'd break it down into manageable chunks, and I'm pretty certain all those calcium deposits there we go, as well as God knows what else, is effectively what is stopping our waste being disposed of. Quite simply, just years and years and years of build up in the pipes. So since I've got it open, we're just going to rip it all out, and that's my job for the day, is reinstalling the head system, and hopefully we never have to do this again. If we do find ourselves having to do this again, then I think it's going to be we'll just have to go to the toilet in a bucket and chuck it overboard. Yeah, not in a rush to do it again anytime soon, and it's not what I had planned for the day, so such is life. Our Trident Warrior is about to have some spiffy new poo pipes. So I am hoping all of our toilet troubles, or certainly at the after head, should I say, troubles are behind us. All the pipe work, all brand new. All the little nuts and bolts and bits and pieces I decided just to replace, get rid of all the rust, and just take a 35-year-old toilet and just, as I say, just spruce it up a little bit. So there we are. Good as new. I don't think you two are going to be friends anytime soon. Right, anyway, whilst Hank is having a Mexican standoff with the local swans, so these are the handrails, the grubby old handrails that, as I say, they've seen better days. There's water coming through, they're leaking. They do look pretty knackered, but after seeing they're about 80 or 90 quid each for new ones, we need 4 of them. I am, as I say, on a mission to bring these back to life, sort of see the damage the water's done getting through the hull, replace any cord hull if necessary. Hopefully there won't be too much to do. This has turned out to be a much bigger job than I thought. So we have the rotten core. This is where obviously the handrail went through the hull, and like I say, the fiberglass is all kind of broken, and the core that was underneath is literally just mush. So I think what's going to have to happen, certainly for this one and this one, is to cut out the top layer of fiberglass, scrape all the rotten core out as far back as it goes, get some more plywood and some epoxy and rebuild that, and then glass that back on. So first things first, I'm literally just gonna clean off the old handrails and just clean the teak. I'm just gonna wet them down, and then I'm gonna use these really nasty teak renovator stuff, which some people use in their teak decks, which I've been absolutely sworn to promise I would never let touch my teak decks. But really old weathered nasty teak like this, hopefully it won't be so bad. I hope it lifts some of that grime and that nastiness out of the wood. And as I say, these are in such a bad state that I think they're going to need something fairly heavy duty to bring them back to life. So let's see how we get on. Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure exactly how you pronounce this. Le Tonkinois. It's like a French, apparently a varnish, but with natural ingredients. I'm not sure if that is actually a varnish or more of an oil product, but I'm going to decant just a little bit into here. Not a massive amount. Right, so let's give these handrails a few coats and see how they look. These things are absolutely sucking this treatment up like a sponge. The reason I'm using these boxes, just making a little hole each side, is so that obviously I can paint the whole thing and then I can leave them to dry without having to lie them down. So, like I say, this feels a lot more like an oil than it does a varnish. It doesn't streak in the same way that varnish does. You seem to have, it's really slow drying as well, so one of the benefits to that is that you've got a long time. If you do end up with like runs anywhere, you've got quite a long time to sort of see them, correct them and catch them, and it's easy to work with it. It'd be interesting to see what the finish is like on these, but again, you'll be able to see done if it looks horrendous or if it looks not too bad. But yeah, it goes on really easy. There's no sort of obvious brush strokes. If you've built up a little bit too much, as I say, and it does run, you can catch it for quite a long time before it goes hard. Downside, I suppose, to that is you probably have to wait quite a long time in between coats. So I quite like it. It doesn't smell like, so I'm in an enclosed space here. It doesn't smell. You know, I haven't got a mask or respirator on, and whoa! Not sure if you guys heard that. Someone just came and smashed into our boat at some speed, the impact. I don't know if the camera caught that or you heard that, but my God, there was just a massive collision, sadly, with our boat. So I'm just going to show you the damage. So we've come out, something has collided with our wind vane, and if you can see here, the whole thing has just absolutely been torn apart. That's never good. Be sure to join us next week as Capitano Edmundo takes us back under his wing and Carly and I get our first taste of yacht racing.
Days without water along the sun so bright.